You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, it seems like every week, every single week now, we get to a point where a NFL official potentially blows a massive call in some game. Well, NFL referee Brad Allen may have completely, and for lack of a better way of putting it, shit down his leg last night on national television at the end of a game, a very exciting game. It was a great game, and it came down to the wire, and the Cowboys walked out with a 20-19 win when, frankly, everybody this morning, and there's been some a picture come out of Decker talking to the ref, and this just looks really bad. By the way, same officiating crew that blew a PI call between the Chiefs and the Packers. Just should be noted. Look, we've talked about this before. There is 10 to 15% of the NFL fan base, and maybe this morning it's more like 20 or 25% that believe the NFL is rigged. And there are people this morning that very much believe Brad Allen is somewhere actually counting his greenbacks. I shit you not. That is a narrative going on right now. And look, I'm going to tell you, Dan Campbell did all he could to keep from, you get heavily slapped if you take down the referees. If you criticize the referees or anything, the NFL will hammer you. All right? Fines. You can potentially get suspended, all kinds of things. Dan Campbell was one hot sumbitch last night. And I don't blame him. I'm going to be honest here. I don't believe for a second that guy did not report in. I don't believe that. And normally I don't prescribe to like the rig theory or anything like that. I don't know if that's what happened or if the NFL referee is just flat incompetent. But it was a bad look for the league last night in what was an otherwise fantastic ball game. What a play call that was. It was nuts. So we got Charlene Williams right now over at PFT talking about this game. Lions insist officials blew illegal touching penalty on 2-point play. Lions celebrated like they had won the game. They left after a 20-19 loss feeling as if the win was taken away from them. Detroit scored 23 seconds left to pull within 1 point. Lions coach Dan Campbell chose to go for the win. Jared Goff completed the pass to left tackle Taylor Decker, and the Lions went crazy. It was an unbelievable moment. Unbelievable moment. And if that was ripped from us as NFL fans, as a fan that has no dog in that hunt, all right? I'm a Niners fan. I've got no dog in the hunt. I understand there's number one overall seed implications and all that. I can tell you right now, as a team, the Lions scare me more than the Cowboys because they got some, the way they run that offense, I love that team. I really do. I like Dan Campbell. Officials threw a flag. They penalized the Lions for illegal touching, ruling that extra offensive lineman Dan Skipper and not Decker had reported as eligible. Campbell was visibly angry with referee Brad Allen, but stuck to the facts so as to avoid a fine. Quote, "I don't want to talk about it," Campbell said in a transcript. "I explained everything pregame to a T, okay? I did that. 70 reported, according to Allen. 68 didn't, according to Allen, according to the referee. We threw it to 68. That was the explanation." Skipper said he, quote, "did not say a word to the ref." You could see it last night. He was mouthing, "I didn't say a effing thing," and he didn't say effing. And an overhead shot from ESPN shows Decker going up to Allen before the play to presumably report. And that is going around Absolutely. That is going around. Let me see if I can see it. Right here. There they are. There they are right there talking to the ref. And, guys, we'll get to some of this reaction. In fact, let's just jump into it. Let's just jump into reaction. Everything in America is rigged, even the @NFL. How do we unrig America? That's an interesting question. That's a very interesting question. Brad Allen heading out after the game with his cut. The refs needed to be mic'd. #rigged. You see it right there. Little Donald Duck counting his cash. I mean, there's the Bengals right here. I can't believe they're telling us this is easy. Rigged. This is crazy. Quote, I don't know if I'll get fined for this, but I do know that Decker reported. I do know that Dan Skipper did not. That was Jared Goff. You heard that. He'll probably get fined for that. Jared Goff at the podium after the reps called illegal touching on Decker because he, quote, didn't report as eligible. Woo-wee. That is a bad look. It is. If you know the spread of games, you will regularly notice the bullshit the refs do. This is true whether it hurts your little ego or not. Wake up. The #NFL is #rigged. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is one of the many horrible calls against the Lions, is the worst because the playoff implications here. Commissioner needs to make a public statement about this one. A lot of people are calling it. This is Decker last night, right here.
All I really want to say on it, just so I don't get myself into trouble, is, I did exactly what Coach told me to do, and went to the ref, set a report, and I don't know. And it was my understanding too that Dan brings up the possibility of those sorts of plays pregame. So I did what I was told to do. Did how we did it in practice all week, and that's probably all I'm really going to touch on with that. It looked like Jerry.
Okay, so he said, I did what I was told to do. I did what I was told to do. The game was stolen by the refs. Detroit was robbed. Rigged. This is crazy. This is the one we looked at a second ago. This is crazy, man. The NFL refs have blown so many calls this season, but this one was the worst. Dan Campbell should be losing his mind over this. This video shows what really happened. #rigged. I'm not even a Detroit Lions fan, but waking up and seeing how the NFL and the refs took their win last night makes me sick. Couldn't get more rigged than that with everything coming out. The refs ruining the game. The NFL doesn't care either. It's wild. Look, I've talked about something eventually is going to happen that will knock the NFL off of its ratings perch because they're the number one TV show. But I said this, I've said it before, Major League Baseball used to be the number one television show. Major League Baseball got massive ratings. Guys, there was a time when NBA games got 20 and 25 million viewers. And look at what has happened to both sports. They can't draw nationally anymore. They're no longer the big game in town. Brad Allen is the Tim Donaghy of the @NFL. #rigged. @NFL commish. It's a bad look for the NFL. So I guess Taylor Decker just wanted to tell the ref where the hottest Dallas club spots were for after the game. Get the F out. Rigged. Yikes. The Lions this morning. This is a really good one. We might end on this one. The Lions this morning, #rigged. That is the infamous Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. It's known as the Montreal screw job, where Vince McMahon screwed over Bret Hart back in the day. And, of course, famously, Bret Hart was out. and showed up in the WCW. I mean, that's crazy. The refs didn't blow that call. They called exactly how they meant to. F the NFL. Hashtag rigged. The NFL's an absolute joke. What a shame to take that 2-point conversion away. Week by week, the refs continue to ruin games. I mean, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. It really is. The reality is the Lions must outperform the opposing team. The Lions didn't do that this time. The score was too close, making it easy for NFL officiating's Brad Allen to influence the game. It's all so rigged. Wow. And guys, we could literally keep going. Look at this. Some guys in Jersey with, quote, connections to Vegas after the refs blatantly ignored Decker and handed the Cowboys a W. Little Tony Soprano action. I love that show. That's crazy. And just so we're clear, the Lions won last night 100. The Lions need to request an investigation on this man and the bullshit call he made. Here's a little Family Guy action. Yeah, they're all sitting around counting their money. There's Cleveland. The referees after the Lions-Cowboys game, so many bad calls this year. NFL is rigged. That's where we are this morning, guys. NFL fans are hot. I'm sure Cowboys fans this morning are just fine. They won the game, but understand something, Cowboys fans. If Decker really did report, and I'm going to tell you, those pictures and that video of him going up to the refs and what he said after the game and everything else going on, Jared Goff coming out and saying he knows for a fact he reported. Just remember, eventually it will be the Cowboys. Eventually one of these is going to be the Cowboys. And then, I don't know, maybe it has to happen to the Cowboys. Or maybe it has to happen in the Super Bowl. But somebody is eventually going to launch some kind of a massive investigation. This was a nationally televised game on ESPN, Troy Aikman, Joe Buck, and this was another black eye for the league. It really was. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.